Good morning, Knights, and welcome back to the Night's Watch. I am Awais Patel.
And I'm Zainab.
This is a daily show that airs at the beginning of Block 2. The Night's Watch is a show made by students for students to keep everyone up to date with everything Queenie.
Let's get to the announcement. It's a short one today.
Today is the last day to come pick up your bus passes. Stop by the office at lunch or after school.
And finally, it's Indigenous History Month. All month long, we are celebrating famous First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people.
Today we will be talking about Shiva Nova.
Shiva Nova is an Inuk social media presence activist and traditional throat singer from Pervernit, North Inuit community in Nunavut.
She currently has 1.9 million followers on Instagram under the username of Shiva at Shiva Nova. On her Instagram and TikTok pages, she shares information about Indigenous peoples' traditions and words.
She's also commonly debunks myths and stereotypes about Inuk and Indigenous people. Shiva Nova first got famous for her videos on traditional throat singing from her mother and her talent they played. Recently, she has shared her journey in getting traditional face tattoos with her mother in order to honor the Inuit heritage. And that's it from us Knights. Now on to Zena for the weather.
Good morning, Knights, and welcome to Friday's weather forecast. It is currently 19 degrees with a high of 24 and a low of 11. Partly cloudy conditions are expected around 12 p.m. That's all for me. Now passing it on to Mr. McEwen.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I hope you all had a great week. It's wonderful that we've had such wonderful weather. I'm just here, as always, on Fridays for celebrations and shoutouts, and I don't have too many for you, but certainly the first one is a biggie. We had our commencements last night. You can probably tell from my slightly blurry eyes. It's somewhat ironic because I don't know that many of our grade 12s are probably getting a chance to see this, as many of them are potentially still sleeping. And I also don't want to pretend that I'm giving a comprehensive celebration and shout out right now because um, for those of us who were there last night, you could see it. It really took our whole school community to bring that together. And at a later date, we will provide a more comprehensive thank you to everybody who was involved. But I did want to give a big shout out to that core group of grad advisors. That's Ms. Shibley, Ms. Rahal, Ms. Chasse, Mr. Herrera, Ms. Ambrosi, and Ms. Davies for spearheading all of that work and bringing together all of the staff and students who contributed to that evening. It was one of the best organized graduation ceremonies that I have ever seen. And it was really, really powerful and emotional to be a part of that. I also want to thank Selma and Sahib for doing a masterful job as MCs. They were our guides throughout that whole evening, and they were flawless and eloquent all the way through. So a big shout out for them. And I have one final shout out, and that is soccer related, maybe not shocking to you. But I wanted to give a shout out to our junior boys soccer team who played a really tough, hard fought match earlier this week. And in a playoff game, they lost in penalty shootouts. And for those of you who are soccer folks, you know that is the hardest way to lose. But the boys played their very, very best game in their last game of the season. And that is something powerful. But I also wanted to share with you during that game, there was another kind of victory that happened, and that is we're playing the Jasper Place Rebels, and we're actually playing against a coach who I know very well. I've played and coached against him for, I think we figured about 23 years actually. And in the middle of the game, the coach, Mr. Brandsma from JP, turned to me and he said, "Brent, you have awesome kids here. They're the nicest kids." That was in the middle of like a really hard fought game. And I'll just say that for me, and I know it's always hard to lose a soccer game, but that was a win, and perhaps the biggest win that I've had in soccer for a long time. So I just wanted to share that with you and congratulate our boys on a great season. And I think that's all I have. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day and a great weekend. Take care.